Sure.
Oh, it really was, and you know, I only started conventions in 2006 after many people writing to me to my to Equity, British Actors Equity, and I only started doing it when someone twisted my arm to do it, and I've done quite a few, and I've done quite a lot for charity, and you know, I love doing it. You know, I love, you know, my old friends, you know, Alan and Richard of Parmentier and Gary Kagan's a good friend of mine. You know, it's really good to. I'll be honest with you, with the Star Wars universe, in the Star Wars universe, I've noticed that every single fan, every single person connected with Star Wars are the most nicest people you'd ever meet.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
I really mean
Absolutely.
that. They're really kind people and really nice people. And I'm a fan myself, and I love to go to conventions, not because of they're making money out of autographs and things like that. That's not my intention. My intention is to spread the force, you know, spread the
Sure.
goodness of the force, really.
Right.
And the side.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, Star Wars fans are absolutely the best. Well, according to your website, Star Wars isn't the only thing you've done. Your website, which is kind of interesting, it's web.mac.com/ZenLyons. You've done work on other movies, including The Shining, Kroll, a number of James Bond films, and another Lucasfilm production entitled Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Can you tell us a bit about how you got the part as a Nazi trooper in that film?
Okay, right. Going back a few years, I auditioned for the Raiders of the Lost Ark movie in Covent Garden at some ladies' spa. I forget the name of it now. And I auditioned, and I went away, and about within a week, I got a phone call from the assistant director saying, you know, you can start filming in a few weeks' time. You're going to be one of the Nazis in one of the final scenes with the Ark of the Covenant, you know, and they were going to make a model face, make a kind of copy of my face, because obviously the Nazi gets destroyed at the end of the movie. Anyway, unfortunately, I booked my holiday to Portugal at that time, and I couldn't do it. So going forward a few years, there was an assistant director called Lee Cleary, who's now the first assistant on the X-Men trilogies, and he called me up, and I ended up going to Elstree Studios, and there was one of three of us playing, again, Nazi, I always get picked as Germans, Nazi officer, and obviously got to the stage at Elstree, and there I was as one of the Nazi guys or Nazi troopers who kind of roused up Harrison Ford at that scene, the penultimate scene of the movie. It was great to work on. We had a lot of guests come up. We had Paul Hogan, Michael Jackson come on set. It was great to see John Rhys Davies again, because I've known him for many years, worked with him in many films. Great. He calls me my pal Derek. And it was, you know, and Sean Connery, I spoke to Sean quite a bit, and I had worked with his son Jason quite a bit, and he said, what was Jason like? Was he nice? I said, yes, he was. He's your son. He goes, oh, that's good. He wasn't stuck up, was he? I said, no.
He's concerned about his son.
Well, sorry?
He was concerned about his son. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he was concerned. He's a really nice guy. I love Sean Connery. Good bloke. And we sang Happy Birthday to Harrison Ford when it was his birthday. Everyone said, like, Harrison's off set now, we're going to bring this cake up, and when he comes up we're going to sing Happy Birthday, and they brought this massive cake up. He walked up on the set. It was like a very high set on this kind of rostrum, you know, because of this kind of last scene when it all kind of splits and breaks up, you know, and he comes up and we start singing Happy Birthday, and he went so red, he was so embarrassed, you know, but he was great. I got this book here which Spielberg, George Lucas, and Harrison and Sean Connery wrote in, and I've got it here still. It's worth a fortune now, I suppose. But I'd say George Lucas actually remembered me from the very first Star Wars movie, funny enough. I don't know how he did, but he did. And he was, unless he was just being courteous, but he was so nice to me.
Well, I now have a new reason to go out and get a Rebel Honor Guard action figure. And speaking of George Lucas...
I'll send you one.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I'll send you one. Let me know.
Okay. Definitely. Oh, I wouldn't mind one with an autograph. That'd be great. But
we'll do that. No problem.
Well, thanks. I'll add it to my collection. You mentioned George Lucas being an awesome guy. He really is. I recently required a George Lucas autograph to put on my wall after all these years. I finally got one.
Yeah, but on my one, it's actually on my website. He put to Derek, may the force be with you, and he doesn't really do that anymore. He just puts George Lucas, doesn't he? And
Yeah.
he actually his signature is not like full signature. He does it really scribbled now.
Yeah, it's very
He does
scribbly.
that.
You wouldn't know it's him unless you know it's him.
Yeah, you change.
What are some Star Wars related conventions you've recently attended, and can you tell us a little bit about some of the charity work that you do in the UK?
Okay, yes, I am involved. I'm actually an official fundraiser for the Children's Trust, which is a charity which looks after children who have had terrible accidents and brain damage and all that kind of stuff, and they rehabilitate the children. That was given to me last year. I haven't raised much for them as yet, but I'm hopefully this year will be a better year for me, raising money for them. But yes, I've done in Germany. I raised some money for the Children's Cancer Charity. That was with the 501st White Shelter Squad German Garrison. We did that at the this massive galleria, like a shopping mall there, and it was Lego Star Wars and the Children's Charity. We raised quite a bit of money for them, which was quite fantastic. And last year, I did this convention with Richard Palmetier, Kenny Baker, Garrick Hagan, Richard Bonehill, in Burnley in Manchester, and the convention was a very, very big success. And we raised £550, which is about over $1,000 for the local hospice, of which I donated about £150 worth of my action figures and autographs for the charity, which we raised, that amount of money, which is fantastic. So, I do my bit, a lot of the conventions are tied in with charity, and obviously I always donate my autograph and action figure, whatever I can, to whatever event it may be. So, yeah, I do my best,
Well, that's awesome. I really admire charity work, especially, that's what I admire most about the 501st and things like that. So that's excellent.
Yeah, they are fantastic. They really are absolutely fantastic. And I must say that the German garrison, they are really wonderful. I mean, they're the largest apparently in the world, and they're very highly regarded by, I think, Albert Johnson, the founder of the 501st, and I'm not saying that any others are, any worse or any better, but they're just a massive garrison,
Sure.
And for me to be honoured as the very first honorary member of the German garrison, obviously the 501st, which is included around the world, that's an amazing honour for me. I'm amazed. Funny enough, Alan Fling is a good friend of mine. I think you interviewed him recently.
Yes.
And we've actually, we do quite a lot of conventions together. Got quite a few booked this year. We're going to Japan at the end of March. And we have a few others together, some charity things. We're doing another one up in Burnley, Manchester, and we're doing another one on the 5th of June, which is with Peter May, who's going to appear, and a few other people. And I think Dave Prowse is coming, hopefully, because he hasn't been very well recently, as you no doubt are aware.
Right, he just got over cancer, but we're glad he's okay.
Yeah, and he's in remission. In fact, Dave Prowse lives about 15 minutes from me.
Oh, wonderful.
And Jeremy Bullock lives about half an hour. He lives in Streatham. But I know all these people I kind of know, from the past anyway. Because as an actor, you tend to meet these people in other circles rather than the convention circuit. But myself and Alan, when we were in Spain recently, we were invited by Star Wars Madrid, which is a fan-based Star Wars fan club. It's not the Spanish Rebel Legion, but they are friends of theirs. And we were invited for the third anniversary of their club. And myself and Alan were honoured with a plaque very similar to the 501st one, but smaller, but very nice as well, as friends of Star Wars Madrid. So myself and Alan, the first ever in Spain to get plaques from the Friends of Star Wars Madrid. And we were honoured with another framed a certificate from the Spanish-based Rebel Legion as well. So we were also the first to get that. So, we worked really well as a team.
That's awesome. Thanks very much for taking your time and being a guest right here on the Dark Side Chats. It's been an absolute honor.
Oh, thank you so much, Lord Briticus. It's